GameSpot is still a thing. Yeah, GameSpot is, I think, dead, actually. I'm pretty sure GameSpot is dead. Isn't GameSpot dead? Like, I think I covered GameSpot dying. Giant Bomb is good people. Okay, is Giant Bomb good? Okay, Giant Bomb might be one of the good ones. All right, anyways, guys, we're back, my friends, with a brand new video. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is a big day. It is the day of the Game Awards, and people are the big mad. People are the big upsetty spaghetti about the Game Awards. So I want to discuss it a little bit with you all and talk about some of the controversies, talk about some of the issues, and what I think is going to be good, bad, or ugly about the Game Awards. So I think, first of all, you guys enjoy this type of vibe. Sometimes I like to discuss the meta level discussions in the gaming world. The business side of gaming is something I specialize in. I work in business myself, but I'm a huge gamer. I've been gaming since the age of like 2. And I'm very old. I'm over 30. So we've been gaming for a very, very long time. And I have a lot of experience. And I'm a true blue gamer. I will always give you the authentic take. So on that, let us discuss the Game Awards. Cranky babies, true. But yeah, the Game Awards are going to be big, and they're actually going to be big on Twitch as well. So this is one of the unironic W's. They're making it into a big thing to be able to like tag and talk about it, create content about it. One of the good W's about it. One of the good W's about it. I love that. I think that's a big thing that Twitch is like getting involved in it. Very, very happy about that. Now, one of the big issues with the Game Awards is who is voting on the Game Awards. You see, the list of the awards is very, very rough. One of the big issues, first of all, before anything else, was Jeff Keighley himself. Let's be real, Jeff Keighley is in it for himself. We actually made a video for the Game Awards last year. I think it was titled something like "The Game Awards Had No Awards" or something like that. It was something silly like that. And basically, what happened was for like a what is it, like 3.5 hour long award ceremony, it had compared especially to the prior years, it had like a quarter of the number of awards, and they just like went through a list for some of them and didn't even invite people on stage. And they had like the entire controversy of rushing people that were taking in their awards and saying like hurry up, essentially, which really sucked. And it lost a lot of the soul, and it was less about the actual awards themselves and much more about Jeff Keighley making ad revenue, which was dog shit. And it was a lot about like upcoming games and so on and so forth, which if you want to have that kind of like festival for upcoming games, do it, but don't call it the fucking Game Awards. When I see the Game Awards, I want the goddamn Game Awards. Am I alone in that? I have no idea if I am or not. But yeah, the other major issue with the Game Awards is who's watching the watchers, who's voting on the jury for the Game Awards. And this one is very rough. Easy Allies. Are they a gaming outlet? No. Game Rant is, sure. Entertainment Weekly, they don't specialize in gaming. They do some gaming news, but very little. Digital Trends is not a gaming outlet. A lot of these aren't gaming outlets. Some of them are. This starts with games, so yeah, all these are. IGN is barely a gamer outlet anymore. A lot of these gaming outlets that are gaming outlets, half of them are owned by the same company. The parent company that owns IGN owns a lot of other ones, which really fucking blows. So yeah, they're gonna vote all one way. This is a big issue. Inverse isn't a gaming outlet. I don't know who Jeff Germstan is, but maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they are or aren't. New York Times? Suck my fucking dick. LA Times, New York Times has no business being in the Game Awards and voting on video games. Min-Max, that sounds like a gaming thing. I don't know. Kinda Funny? They make funny content, but they're not a gaming outlet. Rolling Stone? Rolling Stone is not a gaming outlet. Pride.com? Hey, I'm LGBTQ. I don't want Pride.com to be voting on my fucking favorite video games of the year. I'm sorry. This is dog shit. Like, this is not the place. Variety? NPR? Suck my fucking discussing film. Why is discussing film voting on Game Awards, guys? Why? It makes no sense, dude. Metro, oh no, sorry, metro.co.uk. They have a game section. That's fine. But like, dude, the Guardian Gaming Bible, is Gaming Bible about the Bible? Hold on, I'm curious. Let's see what this is. No, they actually cover games. So at least these guys do it. I don't know what they are focused on or not, but yeah, I don't know about them. But yeah, dude, the Mirror, like the Mirror is like a fucking like actual news site, and not actual like gaming. It's just news shit. But there's a lot of these that aren't gaming in any way, shape, or form, and I think that this is a huge problem. And basically, like a lot of the games that are voted on, it makes a lot of sense why some of them are even on the list and what's going to happen with them. Like, you know, a lot of people were rightfully worried that Dragon Age the Veilguard was going to be voted in a lot of sections that it shouldn't be, because, you know, for example, IGN gave Dragon Age the Veilguard a fucking, 9 out of 10, which was absolute dog shit. Like, I don't think Dragon Age the Veilguard was like a terrible thing. Like I gave it pretty okay scores. I think I gave it like a 6.5 out of 10 or something, 6 out of 10, but it definitely doesn't deserve pretty much almost any award. Maybe like voice acting, if that's an award, which is pretty good, and like, you know, background graphics, like, you know, like the stages and everything, those were nice. But besides that, it doesn't deserve anything else. It doesn't deserve gameplay. It definitely doesn't deserve narration or anything like that. A lot of people were rightfully worried it was going to be on all of them. Thankfully, it wasn't. And you know, we can thank the fucking small heroes of fucking the New York Times that it's not. Maybe, who knows? But Replay Inquisition before you take a look at Vanguard. I mean, well, if you want, Shinizuka, I did make some videos about it, so I haven't given like my full in-depth thoughts about it. But if you want, I'll, you know, hit me up. I'll send you that video whenever I put it up. I'm a little behind, but like I said, it was okay, but it definitely wasn't like a good game. Like, basically, if you want to play Veilguard, for example, it's like, just play Dragon Age Origins again and just be happier. Like, just genuinely. Dragon Age Origins still fucking holds up. Dated? Not even. Anyways, I'm going on a complete diatribe, guys. I'm going on a complete diatribe. Basically, the big issue is that a lot of people are voting on the Game Awards that have no fucking business voting on the Game Awards, man. This is so stupid. This is absolutely so stupid. I think this is a huge issue, man. I think this is a huge issue. You should have had, like, only gaming outlets vote on the Game Awards. Entertainment Weekly, get the fuck out of here. Easy Allies, get the fuck out of here. Inverse, get the fuck out of here. LA Times, New York Times, get the fuck out of here. Rolling Stone, get the fuck out of here. Pride.com, get the fuck out of here. These are not gaming outlets. I'm sorry. I want actual gaming outlets and nothing but. In fact, I don't want gaming outlets to vote on them at all. Fuck gaming outlets. Open up the voting to the general gaming audience. Every single vote. That would have been better, okay? Look, IGN is one of the biggest fucking rags. If you don't believe me, IGN list of game ratings for 2025. For 2024. This list is insane, by the way. Some of them are okay. Like, you know, wait, this is for us to vote. What the fuck? Do they have a list? Do they have a list? Do they have a list? They just have like a list of all of them. They don't have a list of like what they voted, which is wild. Anyways, they'll vote a game like Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9 out of 10, and they'll vote a game like Black Myth Wukong 7, for example. And Black Myth Wukong was easily one of the games of the year. They'll vote Space Marine a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. It's crazy the how out of touch and how completely biased IGN is. For example, and a lot of the gaming outlets are just like this. I hate looking at gaming outlets. And audience score is always better. Audience score is always better. But yeah. Anyways, that's another problem with the Game Awards. Another huge issue with the Game Awards is that tabulates the votes. Only one vote has the gamer's voice completely in tune, and that's the Gamer's Choice Award. It's one singular award. And guess what? Certain games made it a financial thing to vote for them, namely the gacha games. So Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, and I think is the last one, Honkai Star Rail, got 3 votes for all of the games for the People's Choice Award, which was so stupid. Which was absolutely so stupid. View categories. Here we go. And this was what I was looking for. Can we view all categories? There we go. And also, they got rid of a lot of the sections of the Game Awards, man. Like, dude, there's even fewer sections than there was before. They got rid of Best MMO, and they just made it just Best Multiplayer, which is, you know, not even remotely fair. They took out like sections and sections and sections because they want to have more room. Jeff Keighley wants to have more room just to have more advertisements as opposed to the actual Game Awards. So I want you guys to know it's probably not going to be worth it. I'll cover the Game Awards in here if I'm feeling well enough to do so at 7:30 tomorrow. But I'm not enthused about the Game Awards, and I really think it's going to be a waste of time. I really do think that people who are the big mad have very much a big reason to be. I'm one of them. And I think there's huge issues with the Game Awards. I just don't see the appeal. Yeah, exactly, Shinosuke. I agree, man. I agree with Blackjack and Hookers. Yeah, exactly. Might be some cool announcements and trailers to cover. I know. But that's the thing. It's only about that, Dark Shade. It's only about that. When you have Jeff Keighley saying, please hurry up to like the actual award winners, including foreign award winners who are having to deal with like translations and stuff, I think that's like such a big black mark against the Game Awards. When you have like, fewer presenters, and those presenters aren't allowed to actually like state what they want. For example, the Chris Judge rant about like Call of Duty and stuff. Those days are long gone, and so you don't get that raw, unfiltered like discussion points. You don't really get that raw, unfiltered, real gamer vibe of just saying it how it is, whether a game is good or bad or ugly, and making fun of the bad games and stuff. All of that is gone, and that will never come back. And I think that's a very sad thing. And the Game Awards has lost a lot. And then to top it all off, I wanted to point this out. Jeff Keighley is attempting to trademark the term Game Awards with the US Patent Office, basically trying to make himself the only real arbiter for the Game Awards, as opposed to other outlets wanting to cover their own Game Awards, other competitors and stuff in the space. Basically, I see this as a way to filter out and stop competition. And when Jeff Keighley controls all of the Game Awards and also all the Summer Games Fest, as opposed to what used to be E3, I think that's way too much power for the gaming lexicon to be in one person's hands. And Jeff Keighley has not proven himself to be a true friend to gamers. Some part of him is. He's done some good. I'm not saying he's universally just bad. For example, I know for a fact that when OTK had their game awards, their like special, games fest for indie games and so on, he basically gave them free advice. Huge W for Jeff Keighley, but that is one of his few W's, I would say. I think that he's, he's basically like the corporate side of what is bad with gaming. What is the Ubisoft and EA side of gaming? The the completely filtered, the completely what is it called? The completely what's the term I'm looking for? The Game Awards is truly synthetic. Jeff Keighley is truly synthetic, and he's very much in it for himself. He's not only in it for himself, but that is very much his full focus. Let's be real. Let's be real. And I have a problem with that. I definitely have a problem with that. And I really do hope that some competitors rise up and create their own large awards. Artificial. That's it. I couldn't remember the word artificial. That's the word, Shinasuka. Thank you, buddy. My brain farted and I could not remember the word artificial. Sanitized as well is a good one. Yeah, absolutely. Sanitized, artificial, synthetic. Yeah. Those are the words. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the Game Awards has become. And if no competitors rise up, that's all it'll ever be. And it'll get worse year by year. That's my warning. I think it does suck, and I do hate it. And also, who's being awarded best game? This is Game of the Year. The fact that the nominees for best game are Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is, in my opinion, absolutely insane. You could do a DLC vote for best DLC. You could have it as a graphics award or something like that. That's totally fine. It could be one of the choices in there because a lot of the DLCs are very, very large and encompassing in that way, but not for Game of the Year. Game of the Year has never been about DLCs, nor should it be. I think this is just make a DLC category. But the problem, Darkshade, is that he wants fewer categories. That's the problem. There is no DLC category because he wants more time to shill advertisements instead of making more categories for actual games that you and I and everyone in the audience, everyone who's watching this video, actually cares about. I think the Game Awards is going to suck. I think it sucked last year. Last year's Game Awards was easily one of the worst Game Awards I've ever seen in my life. And I think this tomorrow is going to be even worse. I genuinely think so. I really, really do. Imagine the outcry if the DLC wins. Yeah, I think that'll be really dog shit. Yeah, I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring is one of my favorite games of all time. It is literally my number 2 game of all time. And I still think Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree should not win. I think it should not even be near the Game of the Year discussion in any way, shape, or form. Any of these other ones I'd be okay with. I heard really good things about Metaphor. I haven't played it. Everyone who loves Final Fantasy and plays Square Enix games and stuff said Rebirth was like their game of the year. Even S-Fan was telling me on OTK's top streamer about it. Black Myth Wukong was, out of these choices, Black Myth Wukong is my choice. My favorite game of the year, I think, is my number 2 for Black Myth Wukong. My favorite game of the year, my game of the year, absolutely without a doubt, for sure, is Space Marine 2. I think that game was just sheer, utter, good, throwback, fun gaming. Gaming for the sake of gaming. The gamer's game was freaking Space Marine 2. Ah, God, that game is so good, and just so good in every way. Oh, my Lord. Anyways, I heard a lot of good things about Balatro. That's like the indie darling and stuff, so that's fine. And Astrobot was like a big true to form. It's like the only good PlayStation game to come out this year, as a standalone game. Final Fantasy Rebirth, sure, but that's like a a remake slash rebirth slash remaster, whatever. That's fine, but I don't think those deserve Game of the Year. Maybe this one does because it's so different. But even this is a gray area, where Shadow of the Erdtree is just like, for me, a hard no. It's just a hard no. Wukong won't be allowed to win. Yeah, I don't know. I think Wukong will be allowed to win. I don't think it won't be not allowed to win. I think like the field is tough for Wukong to win. Like, huge fans of Final Fantasy VII and people who don't even like Final Fantasy were saying that this game is good. Metaphor is like a lot of people's Game of the Year. Like, I think like I think like it's like a lot of major content creators that are even remotely RPG focused said Metaphor was like their Game of the Year. Even people who didn't like RPGs like Metaphor, which is crazy. Rebirth is so goddamn good. I know. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. If it was neat but not enough support, Metaphor not well known enough, so it's between Astrobot and DLC. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think like the hate is so loud about Shadow of the Erdtree being in the conversation that I don't think it's going to win. I hope not. But I will say it sucked that it took a spot. It took a spot from Space Marine. It took a spot from any other number of games that at least deserved the nod for Game of the Year. Wukong was great. I wouldn't be mad if it won. Yeah, Wukong was fantastic. Like I said, Wukong was my number 2 of the year. Like, Space Marine is not on the list. So out of these games, I would vote Wukong. Absolutely. Is the starting sword turns out to be the best weapon in the entire game? No to overlook it. Oh yeah, no spoilers. Yeah, I haven't played it. Yeah. I only played a little bit of the first one, and it was a good game. It was a very, very good game. It was very unique. So I do give, Square Enix full credit for Final Fantasy Rebirth. But I think, like, going back to the main part of this conversation, I think this is a huge issue. The Game of the Year conversation mixed with everything else. I think the Game Awards has a lot to answer for, and I would be extremely hesitant about watching it tomorrow. For any of you guys, I'll try to cover it if I can, but even I'm not married to covering it. Like, if I have to take care of my dad, I'm going to take care of my dad. If I'm not feeling well, I'm just not going to bother, because the Game Awards is just truly I'm just apathetic about the Game Awards this year, and I think it's because of the compounding issues about the Game Awards in general. Maybe that should be the title of this video. I don't give a crap about the Game Awards this year, and that's sad. I think it truly is sad. I'm one of the biggest gamers out there. I've been gaming since day freaking one. Since the days of Atari. Since the days of Mac. Like OG, like the giant Apple computers where you had to lug it around and it's 50 pounds and you had floppy disks. I've been gaming since that day. For so freaking long. And I am someone who this year is apathetic about the Game Awards. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. And yeah, that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that I have a good take here? Do you think I have a bad take? Are you going to be watching the Game Awards? Are you not? Are you excited for a particular award? Are you excited for a particular game? Do you wish a certain game was in it? How do you feel about the list of the people voting on the Game Awards? Do you think it's representative of us gamers or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But I wanted to give a big old diatribe. And of course, remember to comment below. Remember to give this video a like and this channel a sub so you can see more awesome content. I am never afraid to give my authentic take. I've never been sponsored by any of these dog shit companies, nor will I ever be. And I will always give it to you straight, whether you like it or not. And it'll always be a lot of fun and given with a lot of good vibes, a lot of laughs, and a lot of good times, both here live on Twitch and in the YouTube videos. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And if you enjoyed the vibes enough to see me live, I am CapCorgi on Twitch, and I'm on almost every single day when I'm not taking care of my dad after heart surgery. So absolutely catch you in the next video, everyone.